Alright, this is just a little quick video just to talk about upcoming projects. A lot of my longtime subscribers, you have to go down a ways with the new guys, but this truck here I've had for 20 plus years and poured things in parts. A lot of the reason why I did that was the frame's bent on it and it's cracked in a couple places, and I just kind of put it on a shelf for the last 4 or 5 years, just kind of got a burnout on building it. Well, now I'm going to build it as a tribute to my friend's son. He has the lower spectrum of autism, and he loves my YouTube videos, especially the Mountain Havoc ones. He just goes nuts over him. He always has to watch his monster trucks, as his mom tells me. And I just figured, I want to do something new and different with this truck, so couldn't think of nothing. Its name is Big Blue, and a good friend of mine from years and years ago, his girlfriend gave that name, and it just stuck to it. I didn't have a name for the truck back then. I just built it, wheeled it, and then broke stuff on it, and had fun with this truck. And it's kind of hit a point where I just kind of got tired of it, I guess, and decided to put it on the shelf. But the last couple of years here, I've been wanting to get it going again. I didn't quite know what I want to do with it yet. So I got a bunch of parts for it. I'm going to do a little walk around with that too. But yeah, so this is going to be like a tribute to my friend's son. Even though he's still alive and stuff, just because he's my biggest fan, and I like the kid. He's a good kid too. I'm gonna build this as like a tribute to like children with autism, basically. So I had my friend pick out the colors, so it's gonna be like a dark gunpowder gray, and then on the side of the truck, it's gonna be like a two-tone stripe, like the old school ones. But it's gonna be blue because that's one of the main colors for the autistic colors for a crown or something she told me about. I'll have to do a little more research on it and explain it more as I build this truck, but for now, this truck is just going to be sitting on a storage unit here in a few weeks. Due to work schedule and the weather coming up here in Montana, it's going to get really cold. I can't just work on it outside. So I'm looking at renting a shop right now. I just got to find a place to do it at, but until then, this truck's going to be sitting in storage. So this motor, it looks dirty and old and all, but if you see any of the old videos of it idling and running, this was a pretty strong motor. It put out over 400 horse. It was one of the last motors I actually built, for myself. And this is probably the 5th motor for this truck, because I blew up the other 4. Hell, when in doubt, throttle out. And I used to drink a lot, I get drunk and just overrun the motor at times. Or I get mad and put it to the floor till it blew up. I did that to one motor. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, so I'm actually going to put a 6.0 LQ4 in it that I bought from my friend's son, last summer. I'm going to do a few tunes and stuff on it, and a few aftermarket goodies, make a good running motor. What I'm shooting for out of that, my goal is to have about 500 horse out of that one. Maybe 550 if I can, but I don't know what the parts I'll have to throw together and then put the motor together with. We'll have to see, and I might have to take it to a dyno and show what kind of horsepower rating I get with the goodies I add to that 6.0. But yeah, so this is the motor in it right now. So here's the interior. Yeah, these bucket seats were pretty sweet back in the day, but over 20 years worth of hard off-road juice and play, they're pretty wore out. So I'm actually going to pull these out, and I'm going to put in some bucket racing seats in it, and put a 5-point harness in it, But the console I'll keep in the middle because it's it's pretty nice to have, and I got a little armrest. But I might take it in someplace and get this refinished, and then I'm gonna redo the stain work on this console right here where the wood part is to rejuvenate it a little bit, make it look a little nice. Because my whole goal with this truck is to make it look really, really nice, but not be afraid to wheel it at the same time. Oh yeah, my good old trusty tack. I'm going to keep that in it too. Now I'm toying with the ideas about building doing a digital dash in this, or just updating it to a newer style. I haven't quite made up my mind on that yet. And then I'm going to pull out my 4-speed, and I'm going to put an MV4500 in it. So I have that overdrive. Don't know if I'll really need it, but it'd just be nice to have. So if I drive it down the highway, I'll have the overdrive gear. But yeah, I've had that steering wheel right there. Was a 21st birthday present from my mom, and I've had it in this truck since I've owned this truck, really, because I've had it for 24 years now. So yeah, this first mod I did the truck was a steering wheel. I don't know where the horn button is, but I'll eventually find it. If not, I'll find another one and put it back on. So the issue I got right here, I'll zoom in here. This frame is cracked, and every time I took it off-road, it started growing more. It was like that up on top. See if I can zoom in right there. Yeah, just go like that. And then after 2 trips, it spread down as far as, I figure, roughly about inch and an eighth, inch and a 16th. After 2 trips, I was like, yeah, this frame's done for. And then I dropped it off a rock ledge over where I'm from, and it tweaked the rear of the frame, and I was told they can get it straight, but not close to what it was factory original, but it'd still be a little crooked. And I thought, well, fuck this frame then, I don't need to use it then. So last year I bought this frame from a guy. It's out of a 83 Chevy 1-ton, and that's going to be the new frame for the new truck. I don't know what the name is going to be. I just figured somebody will give it a name and it'll stick, and that's what it'll be, because like I mentioned earlier, it's no longer going to be Big Blue. It's going to be a whole new truck. But yeah, I'm just going to do a few things, like right back here. I'm going to put 63-inch 6-inch springs on the back of here to give me a total of, with the shackle flip, to give me a total of a 10-inch lift. And then I'm going to take 52-inch springs in the front with a spacer block in the front end to give me a 4-inch lift. And with the factory 52s, it'll give me a 6-inch lift, so it'll match the rear. So I'll end up with a total of a 10-inch suspension lift, and I'm going to keep the 2-inch body lift on the truck. So I have a 12-inch lift, and my ultimate goal is to buy some 40-inch tires. I haven't quite decided exactly which ones I want to buy, but I'm going to get some tires for it. I just don't want to get anything bigger than a 40. And you know, take it out, wheel it, be able to. My goal is to be able to wheel it, drive it to and from the trail. And the same thing with like the mud bog. I'm going to compete in mud bogs with this truck too. I want to be able to drive it to and from the mud bog instead of trailering it, because I figure if I build this thing as well as it should be built, I shouldn't have to worry about shit breaking on it when I run it in a mud bog or take it up in the mountains. I should be able to drive it up there, beat the shit out of it, and then turn around and drive it home, and then try and do as least damage as I want, you know, because I feel a good driver really should be able to take their truck up in the hills and not damage it, or do minimal damage. I mean, you know, instead of beating the shit out of their vehicle, I want to keep it nice. So as you can see, it's a little faded and old, but yeah, it's been sitting for 5 years. Maybe before I pull the motor, I might fire it up one time and do a video on that. But yeah, I'll do a little walk around here. So I got this NV4500 from my cousin, and it's the 4th gear synchros out in it, so I'm gonna take it in and get it rebuilt. I was gonna do it myself and do a video of it, but with my job and everything else that I got going on, I'm just not gonna have the time, so I'll just take this to a shop and have them rebuild it. And then this toolbox, I'm gonna throw a 4-gallon air tank in the back with the little air compressor pump, and throw in my winch recovery stuff, because this truck will get a winch and everything on it. And I'm gonna throw everything stored in here along with the air tank. You know, so that way when I air my tires down and I go wheeling, I got a big air tank to air them all up, and then that way the poor air pump ain't gonna be overworking. All right, well, there's my rear springs, the 6-inch, 63-inch ones I ordered. I have had these for a year now. Like I said, I had every plan to rebuild my truck last year, but due to way things happened, you know, with the whole Corona thing, and no time or place to do it at, this stuff just ended up being piled in my buddy's garage. But I'm hoping to start getting something done out of this year, because this build ain't going to be like an overnight thing. But I don't got the front springs yet, because I'm still debating on whether to spend extra money and buy some brand new factory replacement 52-inch rear springs to put on the front, or just find some old ones and rebushing them and repaint them look all nice. I'm still kind of in a debate on that part. But okay, this one ain't the mortar. This is the mortar I bought. I think this came out of a 2006 Chevy, but it's a 6.0 and it's only got like 82,000 miles on it. And I got some big plans with that, and I'll talk about that in another video, but I'm just showing you kind of the basic stuff that I'm putting in a truck for right now. But yeah, so the ultimate goal is have this in here, have a nice low-P cam in it with, like I said, my goal is to have anywhere from 500, 550 horse naturally aspirated. Out of a few modifications like I've seen on all the internet videos and YouTube and things, you know, to see if I can get something close like that for as low as they say it can be. But One of the things I might do, these truck intakes are pretty good, but I've been kind of looking at getting a Trailblazer SS intake for this. Just for the simple reason of kind of make it look a little cooler. Because I don't have that little cover that, you know, says Vortec that goes on top of these intakes. Maybe I'll find one, I don't know. But the trucks, like I said, it's going to be kind of a pretty show truck, but be able to take it off-road. You know, and this motor is going to be the new heart for it. Never done these LS conversions before, so I'm just going to go off of what I saw in the YouTube videos, things I read on the internet, and see how it turns out. But yeah, that's the motor. Well, alright, I showed some of the parts I'm putting on it. Might not stick with the plan that I mentioned in this video earlier, but I'm just going to build it as I go and might change my mind. Someone else might come up with a better idea for putting this truck together, but it's going to get running, I'm hoping, by this spring or maybe this summer. If not, definitely by next fall. Yeah, I'm just tired of letting this poor girl sitting here rusting away, not having nothing done with it. So yeah, so I'll do a video series on it, like I just, and then so everybody, like my new subscribers and my current ones, can watch this truck get built as it goes along. But the colors and the paint, that isn't going to be a paint job. I'm going to have a vinyl wrap done by a lady in Post Falls, Idaho. I can't remember the name of her company, but her name's Teresa Loomis. I'm going to have her do the vinyl wrap on this, because that way if I bash a fender or wreck it anyway, I don't have to worry about repainting it. I can just replace the body panel and then just have her rewrap it with that new vinyl color again. I mean, the same vinyl color, so it don't look like nothing happened to it. So that's the color, and like I said, my friend decided to pick the color gunpowder gray with the blue stripe as a tribute for the children with the autism, you know. And I don't know, it's gonna be a fun build. Now I got a purpose with this truck, you know. Instead of just sitting here or just take it up in the mountains, I got something to do with it now, and I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm looking forward to filming as I build this whole truck along for everybody to watch.